It's very well thought out by the ruling party and by the military that controls Pakistan's politics. What they're aiming to do is cut the knees off the support base for Imran Khan. He's got a very, very assiduously good social network campaign, if you like. It's global. There's a lot of diaspora support. And so by cutting off the mobile phone networks and the internet, what the powers that be hope to do is disable the connectivity between supporters, and there is a lot of support for Imran Khan, and also cut off their access to news about where polling booths are, for instance. And so it's all about, as far as I can determine, not getting the vote out for Imran Khan.
Yeah. And of course, he's in jail anyway in the lead up to this election. It seems to have been probably going to be one of the least credible elections in Pakistan history.
Bev, it doesn't matter who I talk to or where I go, the support for Imran Khan is almost 100%. I spoke to one person today. I was driving back to Islamabad from Lahore, and I met one person who said that they were not going to be voting for Imran Khan. Not surprising, I was in the Punjab, which is the heartland of the Sharif dynasty. The Sharif dynasty is going to win this election. I think it's okay to report that because it's basically been manipulated. But outside the Punjab, the support for Imran Khan is almost 100%. The most popular person in this election process will not be the next Prime Minister.
Yeah. So you spoke to the caretaker Prime Minister ahead of this election. What did he have to say about what's happened in the run-up and, you know, what hope there's going to be even holding this election?
Well, of course, everybody on the government side is very optimistic about the result, the way it's going to be held, about the security around it. But they would be, wouldn't they? Because basically they're on the winning ticket. Nobody really wants to admit that there are security challenges, that the military is even involved in politics here or has got any role to play in making sure that the next Prime Minister is Nawaz Sharif or one of the members of the Sharif dynasty. So there's a lot of denial. There's a lot of obfuscation, and really it's just a big publicity campaign, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you've mentioned a number of times, of course, Nawaz Sharif himself, who was jailed politically as well, is going to be going again as Prime Minister. This economic crisis, the surge in militant activity, will he be able to in any way tackle some of those issues?
Well, Bev, I've spoken to people who are optimistic that the military is going to be able to control the rise of militancy, especially in the northwest of the country. On Monday, I drove to a place very close to the Afghanistan border called Miran Shah. This is in an area that used to be the federally administered tribal areas and is seeing a return of Taliban terrorism, especially since the return of the Taliban to power in Afghanistan next door. Where I was in Miran Shah is only 10 miles from the border. The problem comes from a group called the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, who are now given safe haven by the Afghan Taliban over the border. What they want is that area to be independent and Islamicized. It's what one of the politicians up there I spoke to, Mohsin Dawat, called Project Taliban. Now, when I spoke to the caretaker Prime Minister Kaka yesterday, he was very optimistic that this can be controlled, that it's not even a problem. The army has the numbers. But I feel like there is a level of denial. I saw poverty. I talked to people who mentioned that there are targeted killings every day. There is no development. There's no jobs. There's nothing there for the people who live there except to leave if they want peace and safety. It's a real back to the future situation there. It's very sad.
Yeah. And, we've seen quite a bit of violence in the run-up to this election. Given that there's such high support for Imran Khan, what do you think might happen post this election?
Well, there had been fears that there would be a repeat of the violence that we saw here last May when military installations were attacked. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think what we will see is just a general cynicism, acquiescence, a real exhaustion and tiredness with the political process. If Imran Khan was running today, I don't think there's any doubt that he would win by a landslide. And people know that the person who they want to vote for has been totally sidelined in favour of the military candidate. They see Imran Khan, who was not a good Prime Minister, it must be said, but he spoke out against military involvement in politics here. And that's what people really appreciated. That message resonated because what Pakistani people do believe in is democracy, and they know that what they have here is not democracy.
Yeah. Lynne, I'm grateful that we were able to talk to you, and we'll talk again, no doubt, as this plays out. Thank you.
Thanks, Bev.